Welcome back to the 100K Pod, Season 3, Episode 13. The boys are back. Very original. The boys are back. Jesus, good to be back, boys. Jeffrey, how are you, my good man?
Oh, geez, I'm good, Das. What's the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer?
What's that?
The taste. That's good. Morgs, you must be happy. The Almaco's back. How are you, bloke?
Yes, it is. I forgot to message
Is
you
it
about
actually?
that.
I'm a big component for the Almaco. So
You do love it,
No doubt
Almaco.
we'll throw an Almaco on the line this week. Das, how are you?
Yeah,
we
I'm
never
good.
ask how you are, Das.
I'm good. You know what? When 3 people have sex, they call it a threesome. When
Yep.
2 people have sex, they call it a twosome. I guess that's why they call me handsome.
A lot of symbols early.
Oh, it's good,
I like
boys.
it.
I love it.
Good
Now, boys,
energy.
last week, 10 out of
gym.
19 legs, running at 53%, just not good enough. We expect more from ourselves. So, Jev, bad legs. What'd you do? What damage?
Oh, Derrick Henry, anytime in 80 yards. It's just a straight up stiff leg. He legit basically scored. He fumbled on the 1, and that was a 75 receiving yard. So that was just no good. Jalen Waddle, anytime. He took care of business, but they just smashed the Texans. They didn't actually need him to score. And then Tampa win. I was legit on the wrong side of history. That was Tom Brady's first ever loss when he's up by a touchdown under the 2-minute warning. They scored on 4th and 10 from their own from the 32-yard line with a one-handed Odell Beckham catch. Then they went to overtime, got the ball twice, and couldn't score. That was just stiff, and I still can't believe that lost. Lewis, bad legs?
No bad legs there. I don't think I had any bad legs here, Das. DK anytime. So he got targeted twice in the red zone, just couldn't convert for any time.
And at 100 and something yards.
Yeah, he was on a hot streak. And I had CMC receiving for steak and eggs, 39.5. I had him. He only had 17. They just didn't really need him in the receiving game. So that's on me. I went with history, and history wasn't on my side, Das.
I went out on a limb. Rashad White thought he was due. Thought
Did
he
you?
was,
What?
thought he was
That's
due for
a
his second
limb and a
touch.
half.
They just couldn't run him the ball. Anyway, he didn't score. Tay Adams was just under his line, which is shattering.
Stiff.
And I just went on a limb thinking Eckler would run all over the Cards, and the Cards came out looking like the Ravens of yesteryear, that defense.
In your defense, because I didn't want to go through you, but I thought they were questionable legs, Jeff. But I had a look at Eckler's form. I think he had 2 touchdowns, 3 out of the last 5 games he played. So a lot of people wouldn't know that. So you talk about
but
limited
then when you watch
legs.
what San Fran did against them the week before, they were scoring touchdowns left, right, and center in Mexico. So I thought Eckler's going to piece them, but I was wrong. That's all right.
He was the Ethiopian left back, Limish, wasn't he?
That's good.
We'll sack up. We'll be back this week. Jeff, good legs.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle for 80 yards. That hit by half time at $3.40. His line was 70.5. I took him for 80, and that just cashed. San Fran to win, easy work, and Jonathan Taylor for 70 yards, easy work.
Yeah, a lot of good legs on my end. Who did I get? I got a hat out of a bloke, Camden McIntosh on Instagram, or what was his name?
That's not his name, but yeah, some bloke said the Bears will beat the Jets, and we messaged him saying we'll have a hat on the line, so he had to buy a 100K hat after the Jets pieced him.
He's got him a nice, fresh, washed red. Jets head-to-head. I had Geno Smith for 225. Pacheco, 50 yards, and Kelsey anytime. So I went 5 from 7 last
work,
week.
Lewis.
Jeez, you had a good week.
I won't be spending long at Brayside Macca's, Das.
Yeah, you will. You get hungry. I went to it plus 225.
You can go, but you
that
stay.
hit, and then also Philly gave him some extra cushion, plus 5.5 points. That was easy money. Now, boys, let's go to the Big Mac leaderboard. So this is what this year is all about, apart from winning 100 grand. All right, we always try and come up against with each other. I guess our own bets every week, but we do have a leaderboard. So the Big Mac leaderboard, Morgs, please once again give us the rundown about what happens at the end of the season.
So, loser of the Big Mac leaderboard, which is your total year percentage, has to spend 24 hours at Brayside McDonald's. For every Big Mac you eat, you get half an hour off your clock. So, I think I say it every time. If you eat 10 Big Macs, you're still looking at a good 17 hours. So, you got to fit some more Big Macs in. The steak and eggs, which we do our under-overs each week, every time you get a steak and eggs wrong, it means you have to spend an hour with the bloke that's spending the full 24.
Beautiful. All right.
Is that all you want?
Yeah, that's all I want.
Cheers,
So
mate.
the leaderboard. So currently in first place, Lou at 76%.
76
sorry,
on the season.
at 63. 63.
Yeah,
63.
fuck.
Sorry, 63. Second, myself, Dobe at 60%. And Jev is currently at McDonald's at 56%. Jev,
loves a Big
are you
Mac.
hungry?
I will be, man. I'll start training soon.
All right, boys. Now, this is going to be really heating up over the next few weeks. Now, Morgs, college tips. All right. Look, brought to you by Dr. Pepper, the college football playoffs starting this week. One of their biggest sponsors. Why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle?
Why is that?
Because his wife died. That's good. Morgs, how did we go
Well
last
done.
week?
So you're 71% on the season, Dust. You're 42 from 59, which is absolutely fucked. 3 from 5 last week. Both spreads didn't hit, but the Piping Hot to Duckin did. The Piping Hot treble is honestly the greatest show on turf right now. It's unbelievable. It's the college tips are absolutely flying like Tony Modra.
Modra!
21.5 Auburn. You missed that by 0.5, Dust. And you said 21.5 when we filmed. Fans would have seen it, though, the next day, and they got 22.5. So they got to cover. We did not.
Bang.
LSU cost themselves a spot in the playoff. That's not our fault. Texas A&M, they touched them up. We had them minus 9.5. We had the Piping Hot to Duck and UNLV. They won the Nevada Bowl, Dust, as you said they would.
They did.
They were certainly. Ohio, Michigan, that went over, and Michigan forced their way into the top 4. And TCU, they won by about 60 points. So that was rounding out the Piping Hot to Duckin. And I believe there might be a Piping Hot quad this week.
Potentially a Piping Hot quad, but stay tuned for that. That will be in the pipeline a little bit later in the program or after the program. Jev, Punters Club stiff, but we will be looking to bounce back this week.
Yeah, the Punters Club was great. The votes we get is unbelievable on our thing, and there's some great legs. We were stiff. Same thing. Tampa Bay got voted in. Derrick Henry anytime. Derrick Henry 80 yards. All got voted in, and they were all stiff legs. Absolutely love them all. We had 56 people join. I'd love to get around 80 people. So tell your friends, jump in, or just vote. Jump on the thing, vote if you don't want to put the $10 in, but we absolutely love it, so jump in.
100%. So another one of those things, Jev, what do you want for Christmas? You want to be in the Punters Club. You know what else you want for Christmas? Our 31 days of Christmas. Boys, we were fucking stiff today. Overthought it. Morgs talk us through it. Fuck.
Oh, you say, I don't know if we did overthought. We just wanted Luca to handle business against a cadeless Detroit, and he couldn't get that done in overtime, and then obviously the Bills did the business.
Yeah, but we
Nothing to, though.
I hope you're all loving the 31 days of Christmas because we absolutely love it. Tomorrow is day 3, 3-1 multi coming.
I'm looking forward to it. Now, boys, let me give you just a quick update on the cricket. Let's go. The West Indies, a couple of the guys out. Craig Braithwaite is out. Craig with 2 Gs. And then the next name we have Tajirian Shandapal. Who do we give it to? He's gone out, boys. He's out for 51. Court Warner, Bold Hazelwood, and Boner's out, retired hurt. So bad luck. So the boys are doing well inside the cricket as well.
Legit? Is that like didn't Chandapal retire 10
Nah,
years ago?
he's a rookie. It's his first time.
Shandapal.
Would have give it to. Anyway, boys, so that's the cricket update.
Marty.
All right, boys.
This show.
Time for the best segment in sports and entertainment. It is the 100K callers.
Not the callers. Please, not the callers.
That is right, Darth. About 10 minutes ago, I opened up the lines, and let me tell you, they have lit up. Our first caller, which is unbelievable. I don't know if he's taking the piss or not, but I've got Hugh here from the Hume Highway.
Hey, g'day, boys. It's Jimmy from the Hume Highway. Just looking at that short white leg. Absolutely fucking bullocks. You know, I put my line on it, and now I'm out of a fucking job. Anyway, boys, back to me pot of gold. Hee
Fucking Hugh.
Hugh is known as Jimmy, it sounds, and he's Irish. So thanks for calling Hugh. Rashad White, Dust.
Yeah, no, we already touched over it.
we
I
did.
was sort of going off.
Had him for his second touchdown of the year. He
Yeah.
started every week.
He was due.
Fair enough. My producers are telling me, I think I've got Tim from Epping here.
It's not Craig, you peanut. It's Das again. You idiots. Absolutely gotcha. On back-to-backs. Oi, I got a quick one for you. How do you get a nun pregnant? You dress her up as an altar boy. Oh, they fucking love it. Enjoy, boys. Have a good one.
Have you sent that in? Or?
Yeah, boys. Yeah. I just got in.
And now I think I've got
Craig.
Now I've got Craig from Davy Burn, or do I have Tim from Epping? I don't know. You've puzzled me, Das.
It's not Tim, you idiot. It's me. It's Das.
Go on.
Oi, what do you call an IT teacher that touches up his students?
Oh.
A PDF file.
Oh, Toby.
Get that one into you, lads. Enjoy.
Never call again, Tony.
Oh, that's not bad.
Is that the callers done?
That's not bad.
Any other callers? No, thank God. I can get these everyone.
All right, the cans are good, boys. The cans are good. All right.
Callers.
That's some good stuff. All right, now let's crack into what is football, boys. Now, our quarterback leg of the week, Jev. What quarterback are you liking? And Lou, the background.
Please.
Yeah, I cannot go past Pat Mahomes, boys. He's honestly, it's special what he's doing at the moment. So he gets Cincy at home. You know, Cincy's run defense is legit. Their whole defense is legit, and I reckon they're going to go extra hard on stopping Travis Kelce. Mahomes lost to Joe Burrow twice last year, 2 in a row. He won't lose to anyone 3 in a row. This feels like a Juju, a Valdez Scantling, a Tony, like all these other receivers, they're all going to get their little bite of the apple, and he'll have 300 yards with these. I'm looking heavy at Mahomes. Lewis?
I love that. I don't think it's happened in the 100K before because I'm looking at the other side of the ball with Joey Burrow, steak and eggs. I reckon I've projected at about 270. He's averaging 304 his last 5 starts, and he's really starting to get going as he did last year. As I said, week 8. He's played Chiefs twice in 2 outings. He's thrown for 696 yards and 6 tuds. And you know what I always say, Das? The total match points here is 52. So the bookies are predicting points, which means I'm predicting yards.
Yes.
270, he might be my steak and eggs. I reckon we could even go Mahomes versus Joe in the multi.
100%.
I reckon it's that sort of game, and that's never happened before.
And Jamar Chase is back, and I'm pretty sure he had 220 yards and 3 touchdowns in one game last year. Like, tore him to shreds.
KC are ranked 24th against the pass too. I think Joey's all over this.
I hope it's points. I hope it's game of the year. Boys, I'll be looking to take Deshaun Watson for over 4 more sexual assault charges. He's coming back against his old team.
Final show.
Mate, is there anything better than a comeback?
Oh, here we go.
Come on your mum's teeth. Oh, sorry about that one. Anyway, Deshaun Watson, boys, I have no idea what his line is, but I reckon they're going to sit it quite low. I reckon he's going to fucking dominate this game. He's a gun. He's a superstar. What do you reckon he's been doing the whole time? Just sitting there, just flicking on Tinder, sitting on his thumb? No, mate, he's been out there working. He's going to absolutely demolish it. Browns aren't that bad. Defense, all right. They're going to get the ball back, and I love Deshaun Watson for yards.
Me and Morgs disagree with this league.
But
there's no
we will
form
discuss.
to go off.
I love him.
That's fair.
I reckon
What's the line?
I reckon they'll set it low 200s.
I agree. I'm going to be
I reckon
205.
he's going to go way over
If
that.
it's 205, yeah, but if it's like 270, you're going to go?
I don't reckon it'll be 270. I don't reckon they'll line it there.
I think it'll be, definitely
Obviously,
a
I've got no
conversation.
line, but if it's anywhere near that, that's my quarterback that I'm taking.
Call in if you disagree.
243 and a half, you're going over under.
Over.
243. 253?
I'll think about it.
Yeah, smart. So 245's your line-ish.
243.
Interesting.
243
It'll be a
ish.
Sunday conversation.
It will be.
Hey, but
Alright.
your leg does.
Next one, running back. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Colts versus Dallas game. I love Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard, and Ezekiel Elliott. I'm probably going to, whether it's steak and eggs with Tony Pollard or just take them all for some yards and just multi into something paying $2.50. But Dallas at home against the Colts, I can see them running all over them. So, yeah, that's the game to look at for running backs for me. Lewis, what about you?
Yeah, I'm sort of leaning on Darcy, but from a sort of a different perspective. I'm going Nick Chubb for rushing Darcy. I think he's going to be really involved in this game because Deshaun's probably not going to want to be dealing. Well, that's what I was thinking before you sold me on his passing yards. The Texans have struggled against the run. They're giving up the most fantasy points against running backs this year. 2 weeks ago, Washington had Gibson with high 70s and Robinson with high 50s. So that's 2 backs with over 50 yards. As I said, Deshaun's definitely better than Jake Brisket, but I think he's going to need Nick Chubb if he's going to be what he wants to be. Game script leaves to Chud if you ask me. He's averaging 78 his last 5. He's tough as a road apple, this bloke. He'll run through anything. Texans average 84 to allow for running back.
Yep.
So I reckon 80 rushing is about right, and I'm probably going to be looking towards 100.
See, don't you feel there, Das? Like,
Maybe, yeah.
Texans are 32nd ranked against the run. Just get Deshaun out there, get him back feeling, but just keep handing off to Chubb. They handle the Texans. He's back out there.
I reckon he's so much better than Brisket. And he'll just find like Cooper. I reckon he's gonna. I just reckon he'll fucking pace him.
I'll
But
back
on the
you.
other
I
side of
always
the ball,
do.
I'll be taking the running back or looking to on the other side. Damian Pierce. I know you've liked him a little
love
bit more.
Piercey.
Potentially a touchdown. He's only had 16 yards the last 2 weeks. Browns are ranked 31 against the run. The 2 weeks before that, he had 139 and 94. He went off. So I don't know what's happened the last 2 weeks. He's had 16 combined yards. So
I think it's because he's all you need to stop with the Texans
I
at
have
the moment.
no idea what the
unfortunately.
go is there, but some sort of lower yards. Hopefully, they've pushed his line down a little bit. Maybe we can get him for 50 yards or 60, a little bit of value. So we'll be looking at that market on that one. Jev, wide receiver. Who do you like in some yards on the outside?
Yeah, well, I like being on wide receivers against the worst team in the league. And who is the worst team in the league, Lewis?
I know.
The Rams. The Rams are the worst team in the league. Without Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp, they're genuinely horrendous. I'm going to look at DK Metcalf. He torched the Raiders for over 100 yards last week. He'll 100% get over 70 yards in this game. If his steak and eggs is anywhere in the 70s, I'll be eating up DK Metcalf. He tortures the Rams once a year, like it's bloody clockwork. So, yeah, I love DK.
Watch him to score too. He didn't last week. 100%.
Gino loves him in the red zone.
Oh, absolutely adores him. I'm going towards Garrett Wilson, Das. 40 receiving. He's expected under over his 50.5. He averages 13.4 yards a catch, averaging 67 yards a game his last 5. And he's only been held back by that motherfucker Zach Wilson. But now that Mike White is in,
Magic Mike White Lightning.
It's unbelievable. I just reckon 13-4. That's unbelievable. I saw a stat today. Garrett Wilson without Zach Wilson averages 10.5 targets, 19.4 fantasy points, and 77.3 yards. He's a top wide receiver without Zach Wilson. So just 40 receiving yards for me. I love him. You didn't have it the week I bet on him, but I think you're either hot or you're Judas.
You're either hot or you're Jew.
He torched him last week too.
Yeah.
I'll be looking. I just got to keep going back to him. Devontae Adams, I know he just went under his steak and eggs, so it may not be steak and eggs this week, but something a little bit shorter. They're versing the Chargers again. Week 1 against the Chargers. He had 10 receptions, 141 yards and a tud.
It's incredible.
He's you just have to respect his work, his game. He's just so consistent. Yards at some point will be in there. I think he'll bounce back after a little bit of a shy week for around 70 yards last week. So some sort of yards, I'll be taking him. Touchdown, Jev. Is it a rough? Is it something that's a little bit more expected?
Nah, it's going back to that Colts Dallas game, and it's either Zeke or Tony Pollard. Probably, legit, they'll both score. Tony Pollard didn't score Thanksgiving, so I'm going to lean towards Tony Pollard. But if you can get some good value for Zeke, I'll be taking Zeke. But they will both score on the Colts for sure. And they will be options in the 10K Punters Club. And, yeah, they'll be my touchdown of the week for sure.
Yeah, I actually rate that. I wish I thought of that myself, to be honest, Jev. I'm just going Kenneth Walker, Das. I know you've been all over him for yards this year, but this is just a trend bet. He's had 7 tuds in 5 weeks. He had 2 last weeks, and the Rams just genuinely smell. I know they're the 5 ranked run defense, so obviously I'm not going for yards, but Gino just suits that sort of offense. He has that long pass that gets him within 20, 25 yards, and then Kenny Walker does the rest. I think he's an absolute certainty this week. Anytime touchdown score, and I'll probably get about $2.10, Das, which is far too much.
I like that. Going off what you said before with Chiefs Bengals, how we think it's going to be points. I haven't bet him most this year, but Joe Man the Mix Man, I like it for a potential get down near the line and punch one in for the 100K. But for the personals, he has to come around to it. George fucking Pickens had 6 targets last week, 57. Big, he got in the end zone and Pickett just overthrew him. They're versing Atlanta this week, who are ranked 29 against the pass. I reckon he'll be paying near the $394 for an anytime touchdown. He's around there every week, so potentially in the personals, maybe not quite the 100K, but I really like George Pickens. He's getting a lot more targets. So
receivers against the Falcons, that is the 100% bet. I had actually a little interesting stat here, Das. I forgot to say. Last week, the Patriots put up 26 against the Vikings, so I want us to use this going forward. Bet on receivers against the Vikings. They had 6 receivers that had more than 60 yards. The Patriots against the Vikings last week. So the Vikings are a great team to bet against if you're looking for receivers.
So if even Elijah Moore, if we can get $1.35 for 25 yards, let's eat that all up.
They just don't have the coverage.
Yeah, and who's their big tight end? That big fella?
Who's this for?
The Jets.
Uzoma.
No, Conklin.
Oh, Conklin.
Yeah,
true.
25 yards as well.
Oh, stop it at once.
he loves it. Now, Jev, a result.
Jets parlay.
What's a result that you're liking? Licking your lips at.
Yeah. All right. So let's just say you play 4 games in November and 4 games in December. How many years does it take to play 25 games in November and December? How many is that? About 3 to 4 years?
It's 3.1.
Pat Mahomes hasn't lost in November and December in 3.1 years. He's 25 games in a row winning in 3.5 years. And he's paying $1.74 money line at home to a team he lost to twice last year.
That has to be the bet, doesn't it?
He wins this. They are the 1 seed in the thing, and you're getting $1.74 for the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes at home. Oh my God, give me all of that. I reckon that's like the bet. $1.74 for the Chiefs. They'll beat the Bengals this time.
What if it's $1.74? What's the line? 2? 2.5?
Yeah, it's either -1.5 or -2.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot.
Let's go.
You like that, Das?
I love it. I think that's the play.
Well, I'm looking Dallas. I'm at Dallas -3.5. I can get $1.32. Guess what the line opened up at, Das?
Against Jeff Sunday's Colts. It had to be over 10.
It had to be.
It opened up at -2. This was last week. Sunday coming off a win. The Sharps in Vegas would have absolutely licked their lips. It's moved to -11. The boys have won their last 5 at home. I love the under here, Das. What's my rule? A spread over 9. 80% of the time, the under hits.
Yep.
So the under will hit again this week. -11. I'm going to take the Cowboys -3.5. The field goal would usually scare me, but not in this case. $1.32 is just too nice to say no to. And I'll be knocking on Sportsbet's door.
To move a line 9 points
That's
is
tough.
honestly unbelievable.
I think
Like usually it's half a point, maybe one max, 9
We
points.
talk about how many employees last week we got fired. Someone got fired.
Oh, 100%. Boys, I'll be looking at the Titans plus 5.5 at $1.88. That's the line. They've covered 8 of the last 9. They're versing Philly. I'd love to give them a few extra
Oh,
points.
for sure.
The Titans just keep
That's
it
a
close.
gift.
They just, doesn't matter who they play against, they just keep it close and they keep it interesting. So Titans plus 5.5 at the line, $1.88, but we'll probably give them a few more points and even bring that into $1.30, maybe even get 9.5, 10
Yeah, if
points
you
for
get
that.
touchdown and a field goal, so 10.5. I reckon you're going to about $1.40. Oh, take that at home, Vrabel. Yeah.
To get the line at 5.5 is an absolute gift to be able to tease that.
100%.
Tease that like your nephew's wig.
Oh, Jesus. Now,
No,
Jeff,
was this close?
with those legs being produced from us in such a fashion, I believe you know a sucker a mile away when you
There's
see one.
nothing more I love than finding a sucker from a mile away. So, Morgs,
Hello.
you are the resident Miami fan on the pod. You love Miami.
Yep.
I think San Fran are going to absolutely trounce Miami this week.
Really?
Let's have a personal bet, you and me. We'll go half a rack of ribs at Squires Loft. I'll give you Miami plus 3 points, and I'll
Plus
take San
3.
Fran minus 3. The line's 3.5, and we'll make a deal. If it is pushed, so if San Fran win by 3 exactly, Darth has to buy the ribs.
Yeah, done.
Done. San Fran, I love a sucker. I can see a sucker from a mile away. I like the
100%.
guy
Yeah,
that
but
DM'd us.
I get the other half of the
t-
ribs that one of you guys
Absolutely.
get.
Yeah, you're
perfect.
there. You can have some ribs.
Yeah, I'll take the 3 points for sure. I don't. What tells you they're going to transfer Dolphins here?
That's just
Okay,
my
just a
gut.
feeling.
Let's just go.
Righto.
We'll go plus 3.
I'm just taking it. I'm keeping a lot of receipts too. I copped a lot of shit then, Darcy. You had Green Bay to beat Miami, so that's pretty much done.
Yeah, so there's your
But-
record. It doesn't just pay for it. He
well,
owes
that's
you a
right.
lot.
Woo, what is that a siren? Is that a siren going off? The Jehovah's Witness presents the underdogs in the rough. Come on down.
First, David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
Yeah, he did.
Then Chris Angel walked on water. Now the Constantino of NFL Roughies will give you the upset of the week. The diamond in the rough. The gorilla in the mist. the underdog of underwear.
Yeah.
Who did I tip last week?
Last week you did call Jags money line against the Ravens, and that cash.
Yeah, he
At
did.
$2.62, the Jags beat the Ravens. This week, I've got the upset of the year.
Of the year.
Of the year. To go 2-2. And what did you call me? The Jehovah's?
The Jehovah's Witness presents underdogs in the rough.
We're still working on the name.
Broncos to beat Baltimore at $4.10.
I actually like this.
Far
I actually
out.
like this.
Is it because no one went to Russ's
No,
birthday?
I like this.
Denver at Baltimore. The Broncos will walk away with a win against Baltimore. $4.10 you're getting for Denver.
I actually couldn't agree more.
The Constantino of NFL Roughies.
Wow.
I'm jumping on.
Follow this space.
What's the spread? Because I
7.
Yeah, I was looking at the result when we have to submit
Ciara
the
and
results.
Silks.
Holy hell!
That's the spread, Ciara.
Oh, stop it! I gotta head off.
The table's moving.
You're going to make like ISIS and head off?
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
We're cancelled after
Oh,
today. It's
well,
fine.
if we're still on the air, I don't know if
If
we're ever going to be
watching, you might as well
cancelled.
give him a joke, Dad.
Yeah, I'll try and find one more before we head off.
What about the single dad?
Why?
Give us a single dad joke.
I can't remember it.
Show us your golf swing.
How does a single dad breastfeed his kid?
Oh, that's an actual joke.
That's what it was.
I just made
No
it
one's
up.
listening anyway,
No one's
so you may as well.
with his dick.
Oh,
And no one's watching. Cancel us.
oh, we're fucked.
Oh,
It feels weird when we get to this stage because we don't read out the multi.
why can't orphans play
Oh
baseball?
my god.
Because they don't know where home is.
Ah,
Dun, dun, dun. The Jehovah's Witness. Your mum's meniscus.
What's long and black? Yeah, have it
Fuck, we have to. We'll go line. Why not? That's where,
plus 5.5.
that's where the line is.
5.5.
7. 6.
I'll take the 7, but if I win, I get ribs.
No, 7. 7 El Maco meal.
6. And if it's 6 on the dot, I'll shout the unmarkers for both of you.
7. Give me 7.
We got to get this podcast
Giselle
done.
Mako. And USC to beat Utah tomorrow. Come on.
The Giants play Washington twice in the next 3 weeks, and we'll beat them this week. They'll get us the next.
Chili, baby back ribs. How is a woman like a condom? They spend more time in your wallet than they do on your dick.